Mariana Soto had been searching for her mentally ill son, Misael, for almost 2 months when KPBS first visited her Tijuana home. She'd looked in jails, migrant shelters, and even the morgue, suspecting he was dead. Soto says a neighbor saw the police pick Misael up off the street the day he disappeared. It wouldn't have been the first time.
Because he was talking to himself. They thought he was drugged, but he just talked to himself. Sometimes he would stand outside talking, and I said, "Come in, or the police will get you." And he said, "I'm not the one talking. They're talking to me. I'm just responding."
35-year-old Misael Garcia Soto had been suffering from auditory hallucinations and delusions.
This is the neurologist's prescription.
The prescription was for a diagnostic MRI, but Soto couldn't pay for it. The day Misael disappeared, Tijuana Mayor Jorge Astiazaran was in the process of evacuating El Bordo, a homeless encampment along the Tijuana River Canal. Migrants deported from the U.S. used to take shelter there. Hundreds were shipped to drug rehabilitation centers, some against their will.
Generally, any drug user will reject help. They'll never accept they need help.
We spoke to Maria del Rosario Lozada back when El Bordo was first evacuated. The government hasn't responded to our request for an interview on this story. Lozada is overseeing the rehabilitation program, and Soto went to her with Misael's picture in case he'd been mistaken for a homeless migrant. Soto says Lozada told her she'd seen Misael at a rehab center and gave her an address.
But it was empty. There were no patients.
So Soto contacted Lozada again. And got another address. But her son wasn't there either.
When I realized he wasn't there, I thought these are all lies.
Soto went to see Lozada one more time. She got a third address. This time, it was the right one. After nearly 2 months of searching, Soto found her son.
I was painting a house, and then when I was going to my home, the cops bring me here. I don't know what. They think that I was a drug addict, and they bring me here for no reason. I was walking to my house.
The rehab center DAR houses 61 recovering addicts. 14 were dropped off from El Bordo. The center has weekly meetings for recovering addicts to discuss their feelings, but it doesn't have any psychologists to treat delusions like Misael's.
Tengo naves espaciales.
I have spacecrafts, 2 in Iran and 1 in China.
Tengo dos en Irán y una en China.
When people first arrive at the center, they're kept in a small room behind a padlocked door. Manager Manuel Romero says some are bruised and wounded because life is tough on the street. The center has several security guards.
So we have somebody, just keeping watch, making sure everybody behaves.
Romero says the city government promised the center money for taking in the homeless migrants, but officials have yet to deliver. So DAR sends recovering addicts out to work to pay for food and other essentials.
Nobody's actually helping us out, so we go out. That's why we go out and work, to keep the place running.
Centers like DAR have gotten criticism from Mexican human rights groups. Mexican law says drug rehabilitation must be strictly voluntary.
These centers deprive people of their freedom under the banner of medical treatment.
Darinka Carballo is a Mexican lawyer and director of the nonprofit Fundación Gaia, which has offered healthcare, food, and other services to El Bordo migrants since 2013. She says rehab wasn't the right answer for all of them.
Not everyone who lived in El Bordo used drugs.
Carballo says she asked the government for information on how they decided which migrants belonged in rehab.
I don't have any documentary evidence that people were diagnosed, that they have a file or any competent medical doctor or a psychiatrist following up with them.
Carballo says she hasn't been able to find all of the migrants her foundation worked with in the canal.
Now the question is, where are they? Are they really okay?
Some say they never made it to rehab. Mario Lopez says he lived in El Bordo until police put him and some friends into a van.
He went and dropped us off in the middle of nowhere.
The middle of nowhere was an empty lot in the agricultural valley of San Quintin, about 200 miles south of Tijuana. There was a shortage of laborers there because of a strike. Lopez says he found work and paid for a ride back to Tijuana, but he's worried about what happened to his friends.
A lot of these guys, they were looking real bad, you know?
Back at Dar, Soto says she has no hard feelings against the city for taking her son. The center looks pretty nice in her view. She decided to leave Misael there while saving money for a neurologist. She sees him on weekends.
He's safe here, not in the street.
She's afraid that if she brings him home, the police might take him again. Jean Guerrero, KPBS News.